I think people confuse access as it relates to kids with disabilities to an entryway, an opening to get to something. And I used to think that too, right? So this is access, right? There's a blue area, that's where you can get up a wheelchair. And of course, these sections are leveled, they're ADA compliant. And of course, the student in a wheelchair could then turn in their wheelchair and go inside of the school building. That's access. So we continue kind of on the same kind of surface. This is the playground just for the 3 to 5 year olds. And I think people think that little opening is access. It's not. That's not access to the playground equipment. That's an opening. That crumbled up bark or whatever that is on the ground is not ADA compliant. Certainly you couldn't get a wheelchair around that. A stander, if a student had AFOs or SFOs, that material would actually get inside of them. And as you can see, none of the playground equipment is accessible for a child that has a disability that uses a stander, that uses a wheelchair, or uses SFOs, right? And there's not space between the equipment to maneuver a wheelchair. And that's the difference between ADA compliant and a little opening before you get to roll on some bark at a playground. And this playground is for children with disabilities. It's for the 3 to 5 year olds, and they accept federal funds for this. This has been a requirement that playground equipment at public schools that receive federal funds has to be compliant. And it's been a requirement since 1992. So not only is it not okay, it's illegal. And silence is unacceptable. I'm not going to be silent. I know that now that you know what handicap accessible is to some degree, that you're not going to be silent. I wonder, in all the years this elementary school has been open, how many kiddos with wheelchairs sat inside and never got to go on the playground, because there is playground equipment for kids with disabilities.